Hey guys, LootWizard here with another video on Gems of War, and there's a new faction out for the Underworld, so we're going to take a look at the weapon that comes along with this new faction, and then 4 troops that comes along with it, and all that good stuff. So let's get right into it here. This new faction is called Hell Gate, and I just went through the whole quest line and completed that. It's pretty boring, so I do that off the video. But then I went in the portal here and opened 200 at a time until I got all of the 4 new troops. And then I went ahead and leveled up my horde to level 100 and quality to 10. So all of that's good. Before I do the actual event, I always like to come in here and level this up to 100 and the quality to 10. Because once you're over here in the game section with the new faction assault, once you're in here doing your battles, that's really going to make a difference that your level and quality is as high as it can go there. I usually like to get the level to 100 right in here. And as you can see, once you get your level to 100, you're going to get a lot of bonus to your stats. I get 18 attack, 9 magic, 36 life, and armor. And the quality is going to boost the level of chests that you're going to get, which means you're going to get more resources out of the chests. So I like to come in here and do that before I get started on the actual event. So before we go take a look at the weapon and start doing some battles, let's go and take a look at the troops that come along with this new kingdom. And I already took a little look at them, so I kind of know what to expect. And we got some interesting troops here. So let's take a look here from left to right. And this troop is called Charanoes, I believe is how you say it. 13 mana cost, pretty good there. It is considered a demon and undead. And the kingdom in the regular game here that it's connected to is Mogrim Woods. So the ability on this one is interesting. It will gain 1 soul for each purple gem, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you have, let's just say 10 purple gems on the board, you'll gain 10 souls. Then it's going to explode all purple gems. So this troop seems to be mostly just a mana generator, but it looks like it's going to work really well with something that creates a purple storm every single turn. And for its ability, it does gain 50% bonus to souls from battle if you have it fully traded here. It's also immune to poison disease, lycanthropy, and death mark. So those are good things. Now the next one is Fury, and this one will deal damage to an enemy. If they die, you gain 20 souls, otherwise death mark them. This one also, it starts battles with 50% mana. It will summon a Bone Storm at the start of a battle, which could be useful, especially if you're going to explode the board. That will be pretty nice. Now, the one downside to this that I see is that if an enemy dies, you gain 20 souls, and that's kind of, you're only doing 29 damage, so you really have to get those enemies down pretty low in order to get a kill and then gain the 20 souls. So this troop here is not going to be really as useful as, let's say, this other one here. And then before we do the legendary troop here, let's just skip over and do this other one. This is probably the weakest out of all of them. Its ability says it will eliminate 24 from a random skill on an enemy boosted by my souls. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's half. So if you have 100 souls, it'll add 50 to the 24, and then it will remove all yellow gems. So, it has a 1 in 4 chance of hitting something on an enemy troop. So basically the 4 stats is your attack, which is right here by the little swords, your armor here by the shield, and your life by the heart, and then also it does have a magic stat, which is not always clear here, but it has those, well, here it is, the little magic orb is on this side, so it's 23 magic here. So it'll eliminate 24 from random skill, and that's boosted by your current souls. So like I said, that's going to be added to that. It could be pretty high of the amount that it's going to eliminate, but it'll do it from one of those 4. So it's a little unpredictable in that sense. And it doesn't really have a lot going for it in its traits. Reduces damage from spells by 25%, recovers 1 health at the start of each turn. Nothing really amazing here. And then we have the legendary troop for this new Underworld Kingdom. In its ability, it will deal 30 damage to all enemies boosted by my souls. And the boost ratio is 2 to 1, so it's half. And if you have 100 souls collected, it will add 50 damage to your current damage here. So in this case, 50 and 30 is 80. So this thing has potential to do somewhere upwards of like 80, maybe 90 damage to all enemies, which is pretty high. One of the highest of damaging all in the game. And like I talked about in an earlier video about Phoenicia, and that does upwards of like 80 damage to all enemies. So this is pretty on par with that. It's just I think we're going to need a Pharaoh's Ra. I was already playing around a little bit with a team to get this boosted up. Pharaoh's Ra is probably the best way to get the most damage out of this troop. 2 Pharaoh's Ra is going to get absolutely just even more damage out of it. But since in the traits here it doesn't have any way to boost its own souls, one of the things that would have been like really great to see here in its traits would have been like maybe a 75% bonus to souls, even a 50%, but I think 75% would be nice since it's a legendary troop. And Pharaoh's Rod does 150%, so I would have liked to have seen, instead of like gain 5 magic when attacking delves, or even this immune stuff, if it was like 75%, this thing would be even much, much better. But it's already still pretty amazing. You just need something like Pharaoh's Rod to really boost its damage potential. And its final trait here, it gains 3 souls when an ally casts a spell. So if you have something like Mountain Crusher and you're just constantly like casting spells and looping, like that can really help you gain some souls pretty quick. So it looks like we have a few troops here to add to the variety of a soul farming team. So, I mean, Pharaoh's Ra is still absolutely essential for soul farming because it's just the best with 150% bonus to souls. But it looks like we have a little more variety here because this will gain souls based on purple gems, and then it explodes. And this one also has the 50% bonus there. This here is doing a lot of damage for the amount of souls you have. So this could be like the troop that you finish everything off with, because its damage is boosted by souls. So we'll have to do some little playing around with that. See what kind of teams we can come up with the soul farming. So let's go ahead and check out the shop here. I haven't bought anything yet, and there's a new weapon in here, right here. It's called the Hellblade, and this Hellblade, it looks like, is really just damage boosted by souls, pretty similar to that legendary troop. So this says it'll deal 33 damage to an enemy boosted by my souls. Now, the difference here is that legendary troop was a 2 to 1 ratio. This one is a 1 to 1 ratio, which means it's going to do the full damage. But again, it's not doing damage to all enemies. It's only doing it to a single enemy, one that you target. So if you have a total soul count of 100, that 100 will be added to this 33. So you do 133 damage to one enemy. It's pretty good. Pretty good way to really a snipe per type of troop. It's basically the same type of damage, I think, that Pharaoh's Rod does, which is a 1 to 1 ratio on it. I think it does that. We'll take a look at that later. But let's go ahead and purchase this weapon. All this stuff up to here, and of course this new faction is an event here going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll build a team and do all that kind of stuff here in a little bit. I just want to go in and upgrade this weapon and see what kind of upgrades it has. So we're gonna find it here, Hellblade. And upgrade weapon, and it's got all the basic stuff down here: attack, life bonuses, magic bonus, armor. Oh, the last 3 are always the best. So in this case, we have eliminate 1 magic from the first enemy. Nothing really amazing there. And we have mana drain 3 mana from the first enemy. That's pretty useful. And then in the souled, it'll gain 4 souls every time that you cast it. So yeah, it looks like the weapon and the troops for this new kingdom is all soul based. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna build a little team, and since we bought this stuff in the shop here, so we got a potion of enchantment and explosion, and those are probably the 2 best. But as far as this weapon, is it a must-have? No, I wouldn't say that it's a must-have. Obviously, there's better weapons that do, pretty high damage too. But it's not a horrible one. I've seen worse weapons that have been released. So I would just say that, yeah, it's a good weapon if you're using a soul team. I mean, that's really how you're going to get the potential of damage out of it. Is with that. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go a full Hellgate team to begin with, just because. And this one can actually get ascended a little bit higher here. But to wait in order to like kind of maximize some of my points here, I want to go with a full faction team first, because, or let me go down to the underworld real quick before I build a team here and show you. So right here in Hellgate, we have all these faction points, and the faction info. If you click on that, you will see here where the points are. And right now, my treasure hoard level is 100, and so I have the maximum points that I can get for my treasure hoard level, which is 500. And in these other spots, you can see there's 1,000 points here, 500 and 500. And those are very important for getting more bonuses. As you can see over here, I have 2+ to attack, 3 to life, and 3 to armor, simply because my total faction renown is 35,000. And down here at the bottom, you can see I'm going to gain 1 more life to that if I get over 36,000. So, you can get, it's not a lot, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit of extra bonuses here being added to your troops. And I also get, stuff here. I get an extra 1,000 income per day, an extra 27 random ingots per day. So there's some good stuff there. And we also get faction rewards. As you level up higher, you're going to get some of these legendary ingots. And of course, we get pets for once you get high enough here, which also gives you a team bonus to the troops that are a part of that kingdom. So this pet's pretty cool looking. I like that. And slightly judgy's kind of a funny name for it. So, but we're going to need 2,000 points to even get the pet, which means we're only at 500 here, which means we need, out of the rest of this, we need another 1,500 points to get to that 2,000 in order to get a pet out of this. So, back to my main point here is why I want to use a full delve team is because, this right here. It says best delve using the factions team, and right now I have 0. So the higher you get in the delve, the harder it's going to be to actually defeat the enemy team with a full faction team. So I kind of like to get some points into this when I'm doing these faction events early on when it's easy, and that way I can really just get some points in there, and I can kind of see how play around with the faction troops and kind of see what kind of works and what doesn't. But of course, it's not a big deal if you don't do that, because when you're in here, you start out at level 20, but they did a while back, months ago, they updated it so that you can actually, no matter how high you are, you can actually choose to go back to something like level 50. So it's not really a big deal to do the way I'm doing it. It's just kind of like, something I prefer to do. But yeah, let's go in here and we can build a team. And let's see what team they're going with. So they're going with 2 of these Charanos and that. Okay, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, we could put a class in there, but then it won't be a full faction team, I don't think. So I don't know why I'm in troops. Let's go over here. I was looking for kingdoms. Huh. And it's definitely not Drifting Sands. Hellgate. Here we go. So there we go. And we got Judge Dredd here. I don't think I care about this guy at all. He's not going to give us any mana generation. So this guy's our mana generator, and this one doesn't really. But if we're going to do a full faction team, I guess we have to do something like that. Of course, Potion of Enchantment is on there. So if I don't care about this one doesn't even gain any souls. So this one actually does. This one doesn't. This one just has the 50% bonus there. So I might do something like this. And just, we'll go with that. And let's see. We're going to want, probably a double blue or brown. Probably double brown blue. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll do something like this. So, and of course, I don't have to stick with a full faction team. Those bonus points only counts for doing it one time. So I might switch to a completely different team just for the sake of speed. And then once I get to a certain level, I'll try to do it with a full faction team. Yeah, these are going to be some interesting troops to play around with for soul farming. Just because, soul farming is a big part of this game. We got 42 souls, I believe, from that. But I have enough souls now where it doesn't matter at all. I don't soul farm at all anymore. But I used to. I used to spend hours and hours just soul farming, and to the point of like boredom. I mean, I remember trying to get my Dawnbringer, and for probably a couple months straight, like I would just spend like an hour or two a day just farming souls, and it was very repetitive. And there's still a legitimate team for that. I think I was doing like Pharaoh's Ra, the Dragon Soul, Umber Wolf for the Dark Storm, and I might have used Phylactery. It's a hero weapon. I may have used that a little bit. Yeah, okay. Well, let's kill an enemy here. We just gained some souls off of that. And we can go ahead and explode that, gain some more souls. But really our damage is going to be coming from this Judge Dredd down here. Because these guys are just going to explode. Give us some mana generation. So in hindsight, probably... I could probably... Well, we can't change our team now. We have to. That's the thing about delves, is once you do a team and you start your battles, you got to go through the entire delve with that one team. So that's a little bit annoying, I guess, but it is what it is. And let's see here. We'll do that again, I guess. We'll do this again. Gain some more souls. And... I don't know if he'll die from this. Yeah, there he goes. And we got our maximum of 80. So right now it's at 80 is our maximum soul count up there. That gives us 116. Well, that's delve souls. We get that extra. But 203 souls right there, that's got to be from the actual bonus of that. But I'm interested to compare that with a Pharaoh's Ra. I already put together a team, but I haven't really played around with it too much yet. So we'll go take a look at that maybe here in a second, and then come back to this. But yeah, souls are very, very important. You're going to need souls for leveling up your troops. You're going to need souls for just leveling up your kingdoms, buying weapons like the Dawnbringer. There's all sorts of good stuff going on with souls. You're going to need lots and lots of souls in this game. And their souls are harder to get than gold. So, it's just the way it is. But see, if we did this right now, our boost ratio is only 2 because we only have 4 souls. So, we want to get those souls up there a little more before we actually finish. Now it's at 80, so if we do this, it's going to add, see, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, so that 80 is cut in half to 40, and it does the math for us. Right here we can see the boost is 40. Right now it's at 50, so we're going to do 90 damage to all enemies with that, and that's pretty beautiful. So, but I think what I'm going to do is probably throw a Pharaoh's Ra in there. And we're going to need a way to gain souls besides just the Pharaoh's Ra. Now, we could use that because Pharaoh's Ra does have a way to gain souls when you cast it. But I may want to use another troop for that. But let's get this one delve over with, and then we can go play around with another team. Alright. Yeah, the potion of enchantment and explosion there really helps. Alright, we're going to get rid of that. Gain some souls. We're going to explode. There we go. We got 78. And then we're going to use this. It should finish everybody off. And we're pretty close right here to the boss room. So let's go ahead and go in there. And this should finish off this delve. And then we'll go take a look at what other teams we can build here. But Ferrous Ra is going to be really important for this. And I think Ferrous Ra is in the Forge this week, if I remember correctly. We can go take a look at that. But I'm pretty sure it is. Cast that, and we'll cast this, get our souls. It's still not all the way up there, but this should finish it off and give us the souls. Well, it didn't quite finish. There we go. 72 out of 80, not bad. Alright, so we got a +8 here, level chest. We'll go ahead and claim the rewards of that. And we got some souls, we got some Hellgate renown. So if we go down to the Hellgate, these 80 bonus points, if we go to the faction info, we're going to see we got 20 of them right here from completing the delve using the factions team. So that's nice, but we're not going to do that all the way through. We can go back to that later. Let's build a team around, well, first of all, let's go to the Soul Forge and see if Ferrous Ra is in here. I just want to confirm that. So if we go to troops, and Ferrous Ra is indeed in here, and I own 2 of them right now. I could craft a 3rd one to go like really insane with some kind of soul team, but I don't know how many souls really that's going to get me extra. And at this point in the game, like you can see here, well, maybe you can't. You can't see because of the camera. Here, let me see if I can move the camera real quick to the other side. My face just floated across the screen probably. But if you can see right here, this is my current resources, and for my souls, I have over 6 million souls. So, like it's, I don't really need to farm souls. And here I'm moving stuff around while I'm recording.